Time Warner Cable is pleased to be an underwriting sponsor for Carolina Week.
Coming up on the April 4th edition of Carolina Week.
Senator Richard Burr speaks with Carolina Week about helping North Carolina's high school students.
I'm Brendan Anderson. Coming up, I'll show you what the city's doing to get rid of graffiti like this.
In sports, we'll take a look at the historic career of UNC's all-time leading scorer in women's basketball.
Weathercaster Johnny O is here with your Carolina Week 4-day forecast.
All that and a look at some of the best cheerleaders in the country. Carolina Week starts right now.
From the School of Journalism and Mass Communication at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, this is Carolina Week.
Hello and welcome to the Wednesday edition of Carolina Week. I'm Alex Villarreal.
And I'm Adam Rue. We begin tonight with the changing of the guard in the Student Body President office.
The university's newest SVP, Eve Carson, has some big shoes to fill after the highly praised term of her predecessor, James Allred. Carolina Week's Will Hallman was there for Carson's inauguration.
I, Eve Carson,
do affirm that I will preserve, protect, and defend.
Eve Carson took over on the heels of one of Carolina's most successful administrations in recent history. The inauguration in the Great Hall also served to swear in her staff for next year, as well as senior class officers. There were a lot of happy welcomes, but also some sad goodbyes. Meg Peterson spoke about outgoing senior class Vice President Eric Schmidt.
As closely as we have worked this year, the real title should be co-president, because I could not have done this without him. It was such a privilege to work with him this year, and I don't know what I'm going to do without him. Thank you, Eric. I love you.
So what does UNC have to look forward to in the coming year?
This year will be a year of growth and inclusion, and that this year will ultimately be about critically and creatively engaging with the issues which affect all of us.
Carson seemed excited about the work ahead of her.
Look at all these incredible students who will be embarking upon a year of service to the university and to the student body. What an amazing year this is going to be. Thank you for having me.
Carson also said her next step was to get everyone focused on accomplishing platform points as the summer approached, but priority one tomorrow morning, moving into her office. In the Great Hall, I'm Will Hallman, Carolina
Week. Carson is only the fourth woman to hold the position of student body president at UNC.
From local politics to national politics, we continue our ongoing Carolina at the Capitol series. Senator Richard Burr sat down with reporter Carla Babb to tell us what he's working on. Carla joins us now live in the studio. Carla?
Adam, the senator is back at work on Capitol Hill, and this time he has his eyes set on the North Carolina high school system. Senator Burr wants to improve education in America. Today, the national high school dropout rate is 30%, but according to the Congressional Research Service, 88% of students who drop out of high school have passing grades and are not academically behind.
Well, I think most of the time we believe that children just give up because academically they fall so far behind. And the truth is that most of them are very gifted and they're not academically behind. They just don't see the light at the end of the tunnel that many kids do.
These are students who could fill advanced manufacturing positions as new jobs open in North Carolina. Burr says work needed for these jobs.
It takes a different skill level and it takes a different education level. Without a high school diploma, it's hard for me to believe that our children will be able to compete for a job in the 21st century.
But Burr says even a high school diploma isn't enough for North Carolina workers. Today, a person with a high school diploma makes about $500,000 during his or her lifetime, while a person with a college degree makes about $2.5 million.
Well, I hope that when you match that with the creation of jobs like we see in North Carolina, that you begin to explain to kids in a real, rational way that an extra 2-year investment or an extra 4-year investment converts to really a higher quality of life for them.
Burr says with companies like Honda opening new plants in North Carolina soon, students need to be ready to fill these high-tech positions.
Carla, what's his plan for addressing the dropout rate?
He wants to create programs so students and parents will know more about college funding. That will give teens more incentive to stay in school. He also wants counselors to do a better job of letting students know which courses they need to get into college.
Carla Babb reporting live in the studio. Thanks, Carla.
We've all been told to call 911 in case of an emergency, but now a reverse 911 system might notify you. The Hillsborough system calls residents to inform them of emergencies and leaves messages on answering machines and voicemails. The system contains addresses of residents in case an advisory must go out to people in a specific area. Not everyone in the area is included in the system, however. To find out if you are, visit our website, www.carolinaweek.org. You might not need to call 911 for it, but graffiti on Chapel Hill buildings is becoming an increasingly large problem, and the city is starting to take action. Reporter Brendan Anderson has that story.
These graffiti tags are more than just paint on the wall to business owner Jamil Kadura, especially since police have identified some as gang markings.
Sometimes it makes you really nervous when you leave a little late coming to your car.
There's been an increase in graffiti like this in the past few months, and the city is trying to fight it.
If we get a phone call in the morning about a small incident, we'll probably try and get that the same day.
Many days this sign, LBU, is the one getting cleaned up. Public Works Superintendent Bill Terry says these signs are part of a cycle.
We see sort of a pattern of increased activity, and then they seem to lose interest and it'll go down.
But Kadora says he's worried the graffiti levels may continue to rise.
Now it's kind of make you a little wonder, okay, you know, what's going to happen 5 years from now around here.
City officials are seeing lots of tags like these just show up overnight. They're found mostly in alleys off the street and behind restaurants like this one.
Public Works is taking an aggressive stance to get rid of the graffiti.
We just feel like getting on it quickly is the best course of action.
Kadora agrees with the city's quick cleanup strategy.
They need to take care of it and get it as soon as they can, so that will give a statement, send a statement to these people that, okay, we don't want you here, we don't want this on our walls.
For now, he just hopes people will stop painting graffiti on his wall. In Chapel Hill, I'm Brendan Anderson, Carolina Week.
Public Works spent $24,000 cleaning up graffiti last year. Terry says that money could have been better spent on other projects. Well, eating the right foods is good for you.
And it could be good for the earth as well.
I'm Laura Rincon in Lenore Dining Hall. How can you protect the environment just by buying certain foods? I'll show you coming up.